I've now been funded over $1 million worth of trading capital from prop firms, and here are 5 things that you should not do as a trader. So if you're looking to get access to more funding, then watch this short video in its entirety. So first things first is don't fall victim to easy and cheap prop firms. Prop firms, as you may have seen over the course of the last year, kind of can be fly-by-night businesses. There's a lot of people that will white label prop firm businesses, and a lot of unexperienced operators that have come into this space, and they'll run these promotions with crazy discounts, or they'll try to make their prop firm challenge easier and easier and easier. So my first piece of advice is just don't fall for this. Go for the bigger prop firms that have been in business for a while. Generally, you don't want to go for the cheapest ones either, because their P&L is probably not that healthy, or the ones that are really, really easy to pass are probably not healthy prop firms either. You can check out propfirmmatch.com. This has been a really awesome resource that's come into the market, so you can see how long a prop firm's been in the game, as well as how are they reviewed by their customers. So just don't fall victim to this, because it could be a situation where you work really hard and you get to this point where you actually are due a payout, or you build up some funded accounts, and then the prop firm goes under, or they don't give you a payout or something like that. I haven't had to deal with this personally, just because I haven't gone for these. Well, actually, the funded trader, when they were around and kicking, I did fall victim to this, and I had a few funded accounts with them that they were, again, one of these firms that I think had inexperienced operators that had these cheap discounts that were trying to make it easier and easier and easier, that were blowing up, but at the same time, they couldn't fulfill on their promises. So that's the first thing. Second thing is don't just simply rely on one funded account. If you think that you're just gonna go out there, pass a test, get $100,000, and ride off into the sunset, that's not the reality. The way I look at these funded accounts is they're gonna come and they're gonna go. Like, I see my funded accounts, some of them I'm gonna make a lot of payouts on, some of them I may not make any payouts on. And I look at this whole process as like, the reason we call it prop farming is because I look at this every time that I'm taking a new prop firm challenge, it's like I'm planting a little seed. And I know that some of the times that seed is gonna get eaten by the birds, or some of the times that seed is going to fall on rocky ground. But some of the times I'm going to plant that seed and it's going to yield a harvest. And some of the times it'll be 30, 60, or 100-fold, right? So I know that sometimes I'll get multiple payouts, sometimes I'll just get one payout, but don't just rely on one funded account. And really the way that I've seen to maximize the way to be most successful with prop firms is to be taking multiple challenges at a time. Because again, you're not going to pass all of them. The best traders in the world, they don't pass 100% of the time. The best traders in the world don't even pass 50% of the time. Passing prop firm challenges is difficult. And so you need to be able to take multiple challenges at a time and have multiple funded accounts. So that way, even if you do lose one of your funded accounts, you have a backup one, so your income isn't just cut off completely. So that's the second thing. The third thing is to don't go for too big of a payout, okay? Go for around 2 to 4% is kind of what the sweet spot that, at least that I go for. I'll go for 2% profit targets, and I'll do it twice per month. So generally, if I have a 100K account, I'm going for 2% every 2 weeks, or 4% in the month total. And I've seen that I can hit that like 80 to 85% of the time based on my numbers so far. And the reason I don't try to go for this 8 or 10% or anything like that is because, look, if I go up on this account and I'm at $2,000 in profit and I'm trying to go for 8 or 10%, I'm like, that $2,000, that's locked in. Like, if I go for 8 or 10%, there's a chance that not only do I not make it to 8 or 10%, but there's a chance that I go into drawdown and I eventually blow that account. So I'm like, let's lock in that money. As well as, if you want to fly under the prop firm's radars, they're going to definitely investigate your account a lot more heavily if you go and you have an $8,000 or a $10,000 payout versus you have a $2,000 payout, right? You're going to fly under the radar a lot more. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is don't use more than 3.5% risk per trade. Actually, I don't really use more than 2% risk per trade, but I wouldn't use more than 3.5% risk per trade. And the reason being is because slippage can be kind of nasty, especially if you're holding a trade and you get into some really volatile news environment and the market just jumps like crazy. This could slip you past, say, your 4% max daily drawdown limit or 5% max daily drawdown limit, and you can actually blow the account. I think that the best way to go about this is to go for like 1.5 to 2.5% risk per trade and just leave it at that. okay? And that leads me to my fifth point here is to not take more than 2 trades per day. I don't think you need to take more than 2 trades per day, especially if you're risking 1.5 to 2.5% risk per trade. You can't afford to, because if you lose 2 in a day, that's your 5% risk target. If you're risking, your 5% max daily drawdown if you're risking 2.5%. I don't think that, I think that go in there with a focused effort. If you're trading manually, go in with a focused effort. Obviously, we trade algorithmically, but even our algorithms, we don't trade more than twice in a day generally. But go in with a focused mindset at a certain period of time and don't go for more than 2 trades. If you're done with your 2 trades, you either broke even, you lost money, or made money, be done for the day, move on to the next day, and live to trade again another day. Hey, hopefully this video is helpful. Hey, if you'd like to join our community, by the way, that we've helped over 850 people now become funded traders, then go on over to www.propfarming.com. We guarantee we can help you pass a prop firm challenge with our Hivemind trading AI, guaranteed, or you don't pay us a penny. Thanks so much. Hope this video is helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.